Oh yeah.
The new banner trailer for Fire Emblem Heroes. So a few things I want to point out. So I am doing this on behalf of StevensvilleGamers. You'll be able to find this video there on their YouTube channel after this VOD is done. After this live production is done, you'll be able to find the VOD there on the YouTube channel. And also, we have a sponsorship deal with Sovereign Streetwear. So you can find that. You'll be able to find that link in the description of the YouTube video. And if you use the code StreetSG, you will be able to get a whole, I think, 25% off was the amount, and we'll get a little kickback as a thank you for directing me there. So if you're looking for any nice streetwear, they got some really sweet designs. I looked through them. I really like the Japanese collection. I think I'm going to get some shorts from there soon using our affiliate link. But if you go ahead there and use our code, you can get some streetwear for cheaper. But let's hop right into it. Let's look at this Fire Emblem Heroes banner. Analyze the effect these new units and skills might have on the meta. That is loud, and it's going to duplicate. Are these headphones not? Oh, now they are.
These hands can brawl with the best of them, but don't ask me to pick a lock.
Okay, so Catherine.
Thread a needle.
We're gonna do one watch all the way through, but she's, fast player phase sword unit. Could have predicted that with her getting the Thunderbrand from her game, which is weird because it had a Brave effect in game and it doesn't here, but we'll see on the second go through. We got Flame. She was probably going to get added pretty soon. She was playable in every route, a little bit of a fan favorite. Flying Staff unit. In the permanent pool. I don't think we've had a Flying Staff in the permanent pool before, so that's interesting. And then we got Seven.
And the world may change, but people will never stop fighting each other.
That's cool to see him in here, and he actually looks like he's going to be pretty good. Yeah, that perk weapon, we'll talk about it in the second go through. And then Shamir.
Swords, lances, bows.
Interesting.
Whatever the weapon, I'm ready.
Yeah, she looks pretty strong, We'll go through that on the second go through, but she's got three pretty great skills, or two pretty great skills at least, that are inheritable. And if we pause at the right place, we may be able to discern... Yeah, so that's Kieran, which appears to be a unit, which I don't know if that means he'll be playable soon, or if it's just like a Loki thing going on there. Yeah, Sedith Ceros Adherent is also in the 4-star pool, so he's the demote, so we'll think about it that way. Yeah, and then we also know that the GHB coming up is going to be Nemesis from the Golden Deer route, so that's something to keep in mind. But now we're going to go through and we're going to pause on each of the characters' skills and we're going to discuss them.
These hands can brawl with the best of them, but don't ask me to pick a lock or thread a needle.
Good job on the art in this banner in general. I think all of them look pretty good. I like the way they sort of represented Catherine. So Thunderbrand grants speed +3 at the start of combat if foe's HP is greater than 50%, grants attack speed +5 during combat, neutralizes effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks during combat, and also, if unit initiates combat, unit can make a follow-up attack before foe can counterattack. So she wants to one-round people. She's very fast. She's got Draconic Aura. She's a carrier of Swift Sparrow 3, which is very useful on any sort of player phase unit who wants to just kind of go fast. Same with Lull Speed Defense 3. Now, something to point out here. In the Define Code Ephemera shop right now is Halloween Niles, who has Swift Sparrow 2. Like all the way up almost to Swift Sparrow 3. So if you're building a fast player phase, either infantry or mounted or flying unit, then getting that from the Grail shop and then using her to inherit Lull Speed Defense 3 and Swift Sparrow 3, you can get two sort of premium skills on the unit. in one unit and one Divine Code Ephemera character, which are essentially, not too hard to come by. You're going to be getting them anyway, most of the time. So yeah, this is Catherine. She's got pretty good inheritable skills. We don't know what her stats look like, but she might be good to +10. That perf weapon is pretty good. That's a solid perf weapon, but she's going to be competing with, of course, every other infantry sword unit, and there's so many good ones. So probably just an excellent source of those two skills.
How delightful to be somewhere so lively.
So we got Flame, the first flying healer in the permanent pool, and she looks really strong, honestly. So this weapon first. Simple but effective. Calculates damage from staff like other weapons, so it's got Wrathful built in. Reduces damage from foes' attacks during combat to allies within 2 spaces by 30%. That's pretty huge. Percentile damage reduction is a big deal, and it's what's sort of popular right now. Now it's going to get shut off by Deadeye, so any bow unit that's max investment is going to be using the Deadeye special pretty much. So that blows through Caduceus staff, but any other sort of thing that's going on, I mean, I guess, not Ashura, God, Altina's special also prevents damage reduction by 1%, so, those are 2 things that can get through the Caduceus staff. But you have her standing behind your tank, like even just 2 spaces away, and they're just going to be taking 30% less damage. This seems really huge. I think she's going to be a godsend on some, like GHB maps, or like Lunatic Legendary Hero battle maps, or like the higher difficulty Infernal Abyssal Legendary Hero battle maps. She's going to be a godsend just because usually you have 1 or 2 quasi-open slots on the team that are really just there for buffing, and if you put her in there, she's going to let your characters tank way more shit from those like stat-inflated units. So that's great to see. Rescue Plus, which heals and draws back and has this weird stipulation about how to gain EXP and SP from it, because if you just heal, it doesn't have effect on cooldown charge, and I don't know. It's weird. They had to phrase it strangely to make it balanced with all the other stuff, but it's a heal that also has drawback. That's not bad. And then we got Deluge Bomb Plus. When healing an ally with staff, grants speed res +6 to all allies for 1 turn. Staff unit specials kind of suck in general, so it's kind of just there for the SP for Arena. Dazzling Staff 3, so she's already got Razzle Dazzle in her base kit. Wrathful in her weapon, Dazzling Staff in the B slot. Very, very strong. And then Ground Orders 3, at the start of turn, grants the following status to adjacent infantry, armored, and cavalry allies for 1 turn. Unit can move to a space adjacent to any ally within 2 spaces. So it puts Wings of Mercy on your, on your infantry, armored, and cavalry allies. So yeah, Ground Orders it's not a particularly hard to come by skill, but it's nice. It is still 5-star locked, so it's nice to see it on her. Same with Dazzling Staff. So she's got a great kit for inheriting, but she's also got, like, that Caduceus staff is going to be insane. I would hold on to one of these if you pull it, because it's going to be really useful for PvE content. She is certainly good. And if you're sparking, I'd honestly say probably take her. She's the most unique unit out of the 3 that aren't 4-star available on this banner, so she's the one that's most likely to be really helpful later. That percent damage reduction for allies on the weapon is really
cool. People will never stop fighting each other.
Alright, so Seteth is in the 4-star pool. Brazen attack speed we like to see. We don't have a Fury Sacred Seal yet, so, that's not great. I think we do have push Sacred Seals, though. I don't know. Having to put the Brazen in the A slot is a little bit difficult because it's hard to find a way to deal damage to yourself to make the Brazen be online, and his weapon doesn't do that for us. So, usually when you're running Fury Brazen, you're having Fury in the A and Brazen in the Seal slot, but it's whatever. Spear of Assault grants speed +3. If unit was in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed +4 to unit during combat, and neutralizes foes' bonuses to attack speed from skills like Fortify, Rally, etc. during combat. Grants attack speed +4 to allies within 2 spaces during combat. So it's like a joint hone attack and speed. We love to see it. This is obviously not inheritable. It's sort of exclusive to him. But yeah, it's speed. Yeah, so he looks like he's going to be a very fast unit. And he's also going to be buffing his allies. So, he might be someone to invest in for Arena, potentially down the line. He's got a good perf weapon. His base stats are probably going to be decent. He is a flying lance unit, so maybe not Arena because of him being a flying lance unit. But he might have a really good place on flyerball teams in Aether Raids, given that his perf weapon is a sort of joint hone. So yeah, I like him a lot. You know, none of his skills are really groundbreaking. Spear of Assault is really good, but it's not inheritable. The other two are just kind of there. I doubt they'll be most people's first choice. But yeah, he's pretty good. And he's in the 4-star pool, so you know he could be a slow +10 project. He's going to be in the 4-star pool forever now. So then we've got Shamir, Archer apart.
Swords, lances, bows, whatever the weapon, I'm ready.
Now she's a green infantry archer, and unfortunately, archers with that participate in the weapon triangle tend to just be worse than archers that don't. So, you know, she's going to get compared to Shinon, the archer that was recently released. She might also, like, Brave Claude is a flyer, but she might also get compared to Brave Claude, who is, you know, also insanely strong. So we've got Survivalist Bow, Might 14, Range 2, Accelerate Special Trigger, cooldown count -1, effective against flying foes. If unit is not adjacent to an ally, grants attack speed +6 during combat, and also, if foe's HP is greater than 80% at the start of combat, foe cannot counterattack. That's kind of insane. That's like a one-sided fire sweep, but only like when you're first initiating on them, which is cool, because usually you're going to be trying to kill them in one shot. Moonbow, okay, good special. Might be what she ends up wanting anyway, so good that you don't have to sack a 4-star to get that, I guess. Attack speed solo 4. If unit is not adjacent to an ally, attack speed +7 during combat. That's really good. That's going to help her with that doubling that she needs to do to kill stuff in one round. Null follow-up 3. Neutralize effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks, and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks during combat. Really useful. She is built on going all in on killing somebody the turn she initiates on them, and null follow-up definitely sort of adds to that. Then we got Rouse attack speed 3. At the start of turn, she's not adjacent to an ally, gets attack speed +6 to unit for one turn. There's no tier 4 version of that. Not useful. Whatever. I mean, it's like fine if you're just using her base kit, but if you're using for arena, you're going to want to replace the C skill. But she's very good at working by herself. Like being sort of apart from other allies. She gets a lot of buffs. I think she's going to be really good for dealing with Legendary Crom in Arena, and that I'm excited for, because fuck Legendary Crom. So yeah, very cool. These heroes seem pretty strong, honestly. So I guess the question is, do we pull on this banner? So, personally, I am saving up for... Oh gosh, my fucking YouTube suggested is showing. I didn't full screen it, I'm such an idiot. Whatever. Personally, I'm saving up for the Return of Brave Dimitri. Right, he is... I want to finish my +10 of him. I need 6 more copies. I'm saving my orbs for that. I did pull for Jill and Shinon until I sparked, because I knew I would still have enough orbs to almost definitely get the needed copies of Brave Dimitri when he comes back on Hero Fest. But if there's nothing in particular you're saving for right now, I think pulling to Spark on this is a great call. Spark for Flane, if you don't pull her while you're pulling, she's good to have just 1 copy of for PvE content, because that Caduceus staff is such a unique effect, it will be relevant later. So, you know, getting that Caduceus is top priority. If you pull Flame while you're pulling and you still spark, Shamir looks like a pretty good pick. She'd be good to have just 1 copy of and dip. I don't see any of these as being a particularly strong +10 project, but they do all have great fodder. Well, I mean, not Sedith, but he's in 4-star pool. They do all have great fodder. So, if you're the type of person who likes to keep 1 copy of each unit around, you know, pick whoever you want, take Shamir. But if you're just looking for fodder, Catherine is great, mostly because with the Defined Code Ephemera Halloween Niles combat manual, you can give all the way up to Swift Sparrow 2, and then she can give Swift Sparrow 3 and all 3 levels of lull attack speed, or lull attack defense, lull speed defense, Jesus. So she can be much better at initiating, or whoever you're inheriting these skills to can be much better at initiating. Great stuff for like an Elwood or whatever other build. But yeah, these are the new heroes. Pretty strong batch. Pretty cool to see some church characters from 3 houses getting added to the game. I guess I'm a little disappointed that we got, like, you know, the 1 male character was demoted and then we got 3 female characters locked in the 5-star pool. It's very cool that we're getting Nemesis as a GHB. I love him, and I might honestly +10 him if he's anywhere close to decent. But we also have got... We could have gotten Alois, we could have gotten Hanneman. I guess we could have gotten Manuela, but maybe they're saving her to be the waifu on another banner. But yeah, I don't know. I maybe would have liked Yuritsa. Like, Shamir is not my favorite character. I like Catherine's design, but her character's really annoying. Flane and Sedith are cool, though. Their paralogue is interesting, and their sort of backstory, like who they really are, is really cool. I'm not going to spoil it, playthrough houses. But yeah, all in all, this banner's pretty middle of the road. If you're going to pull on it, Spark for Flane, I guess. She's probably the most unique character and the one that will age the best off of this banner. But yeah, I'm curious to hear your thoughts down in the comments. There will be a link in the description as well to Sovereign Streetwear, and if you use the code STREETSG, there you will get, I think, 25% off, and we will get a kickback, so make sure you do that. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching my banner trailer reaction. Let us know in the comments if you're going to pull on this banner.